Стас, ты готов? Просто так не стреляй. Я, если что, дам команду, либо когда мы начнем, прям бой завяжется, если вы поймете, что это бой.
Two angles of the same operation. UAV footage and video from the Russian officer's helmet camera. The UAV footage shows the moment of the attack. Russian air and ground troops strike with powerful homemade bombs similar in power to the TM-62.
Выходи, сдавайся, выходи.
The hiding place of the Ukrainian soldier turns into a pile of bricks.
Есть у вас кто живой? Вау! Есть кто живой? Какой нахуй безоружный? Какого хуя ты, пидор, нахуй стрелял?
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and
Выходят, выходят. Говорят без оружия. Где это? Да, плюс, да, плюс. Иди сюда, Кощей. Орион, я ярый, прием. Какие стволы были?
You see the moment of surrender of a soldier of the Ukrainian armed forces. The soldier is trapped under a pile of rubble.
У него есть станция. Ствол где-то проебал. Вот сейчас завалило. Чё ты, блядь, сразу на сдался, когда тебя просили? Хули ты пиздел, ебать? Ты откуда она? Откуда вот такой?
Покловка.
Нет, часть какая?
46-я.
Ходить сможешь? Давай быстрее, быстрее, блядь!
Сюда заходи! Назад! Я!
Аккуратно, блядь! Заходи!
Don't forget to join our Telegram group.
Пидор ёбаный! Сюда, блядь, на колени!
На колени, руки за голову! Пацаны, магазины вам! Что за автоматы были?
Калаши!
Какой калаш?
5,45.
5,45, забирайте, пацаны! Вы без патронов.
А ты что, один был? Где второй?
Трое было у нас.
Завалили второго. Я тебе тут.
Руки за голову!
Отличный отброс. Молодец, вечно.
Небо смотри!
Да, плюс, да, плюс.
Забрал я.
О, заебись. Орион, есть... Орион, есть станция, есть телефон.
Контроль его!
Ствола нет. Пароль на ход телефона.
Руку за голову!
Орел, я не... Попали в плен, начнут распустить. Затягивать нельзя. Принял.
Ну, почему русскую блядь? Курточку, блядь.
Орион, я ярый. Что нам с ним делать? Вопрос.
Я и он. Смотрел, что рассказывает.
Что он нахуй расскажет?
И можешь отработать.
Так, давай по подробностям.
Sumy region. The Ukrainian armed forces did not withdraw their assault groups from the villages of Rizivka and Atinskoye in the Sumy region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces Command did not give up its attempts to penetrate deep into the Kursk region. In response, the Russian Air Force carried out intensive strikes on the positions using FAB bombs. In the Kupiansk direction, fiber optic drones destroyed a mortar position of the armed forces of Ukraine. Then, in the forest belt in the same direction, 3 tanks of the Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed while parked. The Hyacinth S self-propelled gun crews of the Vostok group of forces disrupted the rotation of the Ukrainian armed forces units in the direction of South Donetsk in the SSO zone. A pile of scraps of Ukrainian armed forces equipment. Another footage of the destruction of T-72 tanks, BTR-3 armored personnel carriers, and Husky armored vehicles. Drone interceptor Spruce in the fight for the sky in the NWO zone. UAVs are irrevocably changing the face of modern warfare. The rapid evolution of unmanned systems is on the way to creating specialized drones for the most effective solution of specific combat missions. The Yelka air defense drone is a compact, specialized kinetic interceptor that operates on the principle of capture, hit, forget, similar to man-portable air defense systems. It engages the target by mechanically colliding with and destroying the structure of the enemy UAV, which ensures that Spruce does not use a warhead, although this is optionally possible. Its excellent speed and maneuverability, as well as its advanced AI-assisted target detection and tracking system, make it highly successful in SWO. The simple and compact reusable launch platform, simple operator instruction on how to prepare and launch the interceptor make it usable by any frontline fighter, while the kinetic interceptor principle, without the use of explosives on board, eliminates safety risks for ground personnel at all stages of the product's life cycle. The video shows, September 2024, soldiers of the Russian armed forces destroy an attack UAV of the AFU with the Yelka kinetic interceptor, causing the ammunition on the enemy UAV to explode. Pokrovsk direction. The Baba Yaga drone of the Ukrainian armed forces was shot down. Then the electronic equipment and antennas at the UAV control point were destroyed. A bunker was detected near the same location, and the fiber optic drone entered the bunker and destroyed it. Armored vehicles and pickup trucks were also hit one by one in the Pokrovsk direction. During night operations, VT-40s tracked armored vehicles and pickups and destroyed them one by one. Footage of the destruction of Ukraine's BMP-1 by air-dropped munitions in the direction of Kharkiv near Bohuslavka. Artillery of the 29th Guards. All combat army of the Vostok Group is shelling the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine in the settlement of Bogatyr. The 5th All-Volunteer Army Guards of the Vostok Group liberated the village of Volnoye Pole. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The 27th Brigade's FPV burned a Ukrainian Armed Forces pickup truck parked on the grass, Kupiansk direction. Crews of the Mi-28NM attack helicopter attacked 2 Ukrainian Armed Forces armored vehicles, Viker-1, in the Russian border zone with missiles. Destruction of a Ukrainian Armed Forces robotic platform by Russian UAVs in the Kharkiv region. UAV operators and artillerymen of the 29th Guards All-Vostok Army destroyed the temporary deployment point and bunker of the armed forces of Ukraine in the settlement of Bogatyr. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected a UAV control point from which the Ukrainian Armed Forces Baba Yaga drone was controlled. First, the Baba Yaga UAV was shot down, then the UAV control point was destroyed. The Ukrainian Armed Forces were conducting an offensive in the border area. It was sending infantry to Popovka and Demidovka. However, they suffered many casualties on the ground in these settlements. Russian drone operators and other troops are repelling all attempts of the Ukrainian armed forces to attack. Russian forces repelled the Ukrainian attack attempt on Mariino. The movement of a group of Ukrainian Armed Forces infantry was detected in the forest area. Drone operators intensively targeted the infantry. However, as the infantrymen were in the trees, the drones hit the bushes. The drone operators also tried several drone strikes. The infantry was heavily attacked in the trees, but the infantry came out of the trees and ran quickly across the open field. This time, the drones and artillery also hit and destroyed the infantry. In the same direction, FPV drones and aircraft-type kamikaze drone attacks were carried out in succession on the ruined buildings where Ukrainian infantry were hiding in the nearby settlement. Russian forces intercepted 266 airstrikes of the Ukrainian armed forces over the major cities of Donetsk. Russian artillery is relentlessly shelling the bunkers and positions of the Ukrainian armed forces. This is how a Russian aircraft-type attack drone hit the Ukrainian armed forces position in Chasiv Yar. Aircraft-type drones with powerful ammunition carry out impressive attacks on designated targets. In the Pokrovsk direction, the 255th Regiment continues to strike the equipment of the Ukrainian armed forces. Fiber-optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod was used in these attacks. After an accurate hit, the armored personnel car lost its rotation. The personnel quickly left the vehicle and hid under the trees. The Kub-1 precision strike UAV of the Dnipro forces destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces UAV control center in the Kherson region.